Welcome back to 7th grade science. Today we'll be doing the growing bacteria assignment. We're actually going to be using our science boxes for this assignment. And if you don't have your materials or weren't able to get your science box materials, I have asked you since the beginning of the quarter to let me know. So please let me know as soon as possible, or the assignment will have to be changed for you and it will be different and may actually end up being more work. So please let me know as soon as possible if you don't have your science box materials. But what you're going to do is watch this video and then watch this video here. This is instructions on how to create a growing medium for bacteria. We're going to be using our Petri dishes from the science journal box along with some other materials. And this video will show you how to do it. Essentially, we're going to be designing an experiment. And this experiment is going to be seeing what affects bacterial growth. You could swab two different surfaces. You'll see in the video. But the idea here to make your science journal prompt, this is going to be a assignment that you work on Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll finish up this project actually on Monday, even though the due date for it is on Sunday. We'll talk about it in class on Tuesday or Wednesday, because the 15th is actually a work day for you guys, but it's like a teacher Zoom free day. Anyways, so what I want you guys to do is watch the video, do the best you can to recreate the instructions for making a growing medium. It's mixing like 4 ingredients together and pouring it in a dish. And then you're going to use cotton swabs, clean cotton swabs, to swab 2 different surfaces. Now, the research question here, part of a science experiment is designing a question. So your question could be, do doorknobs, like the video, do doorknobs have more bacteria than my computer keyboard? Or you could say, does washing your hands completely prevent bacteria from spreading? Or does my mouth or a phone screen have more bacteria? Those are all things that you can test with this experiment. So you're going to make a hypothesis based on your question, like, I think it does have more, or I think it has less bacteria. Next, in the variables box for the science journal box, you'll see this in here. Variables, some of them are filled in already. Your independent variable is going to be the one that you're going to be designing. So let's say your experiment is about how much bacteria is in your mouth versus a phone screen. Your independent variable you would click or write down is the surface that you swabbed. The surface changes, it's either your mouth or phone screen. And the controls are all the same. Then I want you to make a diagram or add a photo of what your experiment looks like. You could take like a picture of your mouth and then the phone or something like that, or draw a picture. And then after you've completed and swabbed the 2 surfaces and then transferred the bacteria on the swab to your mixture, I want you to let it sit for a few days and record your results. So you won't have to do anything with this assignment once you get down to the diagram section and complete the instructions for the video, because it will take days for the bacteria to start growing. And that's why it'll be like a project to pick up on and finish next week. And then we'll talk about the results, which are just what happened, and then your conclusion. Did your hypothesis prove correct or incorrect, or was it related? Did you not find out the answer? Something like that. And we'll talk about all this in Zoom, but the important thing I want you guys to work on is to think of a good question that you can answer. You can figure out if 2 different surfaces are have more or less bacteria on them. You could see how much bacteria is in your mouth versus someone else's with a swab, 2 different swabs. Whatever you do, be careful and don't eat or touch the bacteria with your hands. You want to have a sterile environment and stay safe. Again, the bacteria that you're testing here should be bacteria that you're in contact with already, like a doorknob or your mouth or your phone screen. So it shouldn't be dangerous, but definitely keep using caution whenever you're doing something with science and growing bacteria. Also, when you're doing your growing medium, leave it in the same place inside your house somewhere so it doesn't get frozen. It lets a warm place for the bacteria to grow. I really look forward to hearing what your experiment ideas are, and I will see you in Zoom.